Before the time that we now know, humanity arrived to expand and grow. For thousands of years it's been separations, but we need to be together to save our nations. An eye for an eye and karmic sanctions gave us excuses for unhelpful actions. But now our planet is moving away from all those selfish games we play. The right of war against other nations rain down hate and devastation. But all we need is to find more joy, stop finding new ways to destroy a golden world so full of light. Waking up where all is bright. It's time to live, it's time to shine, to cherish our world throughout all time. What or who you judge, you fear, always looking for enemies near. So change to life with cooperation, want only the best for joint salvation. On the edge of apocalypse, again we find a cyclic return of hurt subconscious minds. All that's been buried now, streaming out, bringing a new change of reality about a golden world so full of light. Waking up where all is bright. It's time to live, it's time to shine, to cherish our world throughout all time. So what can we say as a final word? Now's the greatest awakening of any consciousness that has ever occurred.
Luca was a sensitive boy. Away from school was filled with joy. His home was safe with land and space, a perfect and a wonderful place. But then he had to go to school, where other kids were loud and cruel. Boys liked sport and kicking a ball, but Luca had no interest at all. Oh, Luca, whatever can you do? Nothing seems fair. Oh, what can you do? The family had just moved location into a new dialect's destination, something quite beyond his choice. Kid sees Luca for his different voice. Luca used to paint and draw, and often made the things he saw. Collected curios for his own museum, and people even paid to see them. Oh, Luca, whatever can you do? Nothing seems to fit. Oh, what is planned for you? Luca saw a different world, in a place where many mysteries swirled. Amazing feats and flying objects seemed to feed his creative projects. Now Luca stands with dreams so high, the one who soared while they passed by. The boy they tease is a man who shines. He found his path in his own designs. Oh, Luca, whatever can you do? Nothing seems to fit. Oh, what is planned for you?
My first day in school, when we sang in the hall about killing a man who'd taken a fall. I learned it was Jesus nailed to a cross, crucified and killed. Why? Just because. I learned of his message, his love for mankind, turning his cheek and healing the blind. Miracles followed wherever he went.
a carpenter's son, from heaven sent. I learned it was Jesus, nailed to a cross, crucified and killed. Why? Just because. A few weeks later, when we sang in the hall, Christian soldiers march onwards to war. The contradictions were lost on my child, but later in life hypocrisy seemed to vile. I learned it was Jesus, nailed to a cross, crucified and killed. Why? Just because. Saving our sins was what we were told, but surely too much for one man to hold. Nothing made sense and no one would say why on this earth it had to be that way.
Luca loved reading about unusual things, mysterious happenings, and alien beings. He explored the psychology of human action, but knew in his heart this was but a fraction of life all around him, where not all made sense, where those with uncertainties sat on the fence. He tried to ignore it, but just couldn't pretend that living normality was most people's end. In ancient lands where legends grew,
And the stories told from long ago,
of dragons and magicians' power,
helping questers in their darkest hours.
the folklore lives, the fables we feel, in every tale, a dream's made real. Oh, myths and legends come alive, where giants roam and gods still thrive. Through forests dark and mountains high, the amazing journeys we'd like to try. In every story, the truth abounds, in whispered winds and sacred grounds. The myths we seek, the legends call, a world of wonders for us all. The words of seers and thoughtful men, meditations and the art of Zen. From caves of gold to castle walls, the stories echo through us all. In every heart, a magic stays, remaining with us to our dying day. Oh, myths and legends come alive, where giants roam and gods still thrive. Through forests dark and mountains high, the amazing journeys we'd like to try. In every story, the truth abounds, in whispered winds and sacred grounds. The myths we seek, the legends call, a world of wonders for us all. Where reasoning wins with science behind it, it's really more fun to be more open-minded.
Luca is spending a lot of his time exploring ideas, but not preparing for the world of work. You cannot stay a child forever.
When you were young, you were my boy, a creative child with a spark of joy. You rallied your friends and gave them roles in order that they'd share your goals.
The world is hard and you need to be tough. Being creative is just not enough. You'll learn the truth and you'll soon see you'll need a good job, just like me.
A man is not about his dreams, it's how he manages life's extremes.
The work he does, the effort he makes, a wife, family, home, whatever it takes.
A man must stand on solid ground, for dreams alone are simply unsound. You've had your time, you've had your fun, but now it's time to work, my son. So build your castles in your mind, but gnomes alone are simply unfine. You'll find your way, you'll pay your bills, and you need to save for when you get old. You've had your time, you've had your fun, but now it's time to work, my son.
I once believed in a spiritual way, But then I saw, in the cold light of day, people sat around and just smoked pot, and any ambition was simply forgot.
I yearned to be someone respectable, so a listless life would have been regrettable. I made my choice and went my way. Look at me now, well off and brave. A man must stand on solid ground, for dreams alone are simply unsound. You've had your time, you've had your fun, but now it's time to work, my son. You'll know the truth, you'll understand that strength is how we measure a man. You'll build your life, you'll make it right, and that is the way you'll win in life.
Luca met Liora on a fine summer's day, her daughter with his brother, their love on display. She invited him to join them on their holiday retreat. Luca soon agreed, as it sounded pretty neat. After arriving, they went for some supplies. Just alone, the two of them, off for an innocent drive. Her laughter and the music, playing in the car, added to a feeling, stirring from afar. What's this, Luca, you recognize inside? Something's come from somewhere, not just from the ride. Liora's beauty and her outward charm, calling like a siren, oh, will it cause you harm? The stores were shut, so with time to kill, they parked their bodies on a sand dune hill. Liora's heart raced, though she didn't let on, but Luca could feel it, a pull so strong. The sea whispered secrets, the wind blew free. Luca's heart awakened to what could be. In her eyes was a time long ago, and now he knew he loved her so. What's this, Luca? You recognize inside something's come from somewhere, not just from the ride. Liora's beauty and her outward charm, calling like a siren, oh, will it cause you harm? On that sand dune by the sea, they renewed a love most unexpectedly.
Mystery of death has been around for years. It seems to cover quite a lot and leads to many fears, but really nothing is that bad. But once you've gone, and all the people left behind can actually now move on. Many say that death is it, but seriously it's not. The fact your energy carries on is something you forgot. But really nothing is that bad. For once you've gone, and all the people left behind can actually now move on. So take some time for solace, remember people from the past. Have a great big party, 'cause life is such a blast. But really nothing is that bad. For once you've gone, and all the people left behind can actually now move on. You're all multi-person entities, you never don't exist. You've been around for centuries and no one's ever missed. But really nothing is that bad, for once you've gone, and all the people left behind can actually now move on. But although you've moved from physical, you've only changed dimension. Your soul is indestructible in a multiverse location. So really nothing is that bad. The people left may miss you, but all is well, there is no hell, and that is all we wish you. So you may come back, You may move on, but does it really matter? Eventually, we all re-meet in love for one another.
2,000 years ago, in a previous life we knew, a life of moving on, hunting as we grew. You loved me, and I loved you, but I died apart, alone, a broken heart. Lost my way back home, the tribe moved on, I died apart, alone and in the dark. We knew each other then, from a time before which, when nomads crossed the earth, in a land of nature's green, with animals and streams and lakes too large to cross. You loved me, and I loved you, but I died apart, alone, a broken heart. Lost my way back home, the tribe moved on, I died apart, alone and in the dark. But suddenly you're here, back in my life again. Meeting you, a miracle that came on a bright, hot, sunny day, with sparkles in your eyes and love from every pore. You loved me, and I loved you, but I died apart, alone, a broken heart. Lost my way back home, the tribe moved on, I died apart, alone and in the dark. But now we're back in love, and now we're here again.
I started my life under Newtonian veils, with simple facts and a few magic spells. But then one day, I heard about healing, followed by star signs, all quite revealing. Next it was numbers and letters of names, unlocking truths, predictions and claims. Pedant realists call it woo-woo, but as a seeker, what do? There's a world beyond reality, which some may call actuality. A quantum engine driving outcomes, probabilities beyond our scientific sums. A multitude of interactions producing all known life distractions. Cultural beliefs from around the globe, pointing us towards another road. Graphology exposing us through our writing, and psychometry through objects is exciting. Inner energy and spinning chakras, showing how our breathing matters. There's a world beyond reality, which some call actuality. A hidden side to the universe, and an inner way to self-converse. Energy as body auras, giving clues to those before us. Alchemy and metaphysics, seers and gurus and many mystics. Alchemists try changing lead to gold, but the greatest treasure is the soul. I've found my path, I've seen my way. These ancient ways help me through the day. The truth is here within our reach, in every sign, in every speech.
There's a world beyond reality, which some call actuality. A hidden side to the universe, and an inner way to self-converse. Energy as body auras, giving clues to those before us. Alchemy and metaphysics, seers and gurus and many mystics.
So for some, it seems unreal, but for others, it's the real deal.
Luca wandered the aisles one day of a little bookshop tucked away. Between the pages he searched for more, when Hale appeared at an open door. With eyes full of wonder and a curious glance, she smiled at him like fate or chance. Solan was near, and witnessed the two, and asked with a kindness, "Can I help you?" Solan led them to a hidden shelf, where knowledge whispered like magic itself. He spoke of Seth in voices unseen, of truths revealed in the spaces between. Channeled wisdom, he said with a grin, collects the answers that lie within.
Luca felt a strange sensation. Couldn't his Seth be his salvation? In the books where knowledge hides, between those covers deep inside.
Channeled voices from afar, guiding seekers to who they are.
Guiding seekers to who they are.
With a smile and Solan's wise gaze, leading Luca through a mystic haze. Solan talked of Seth's personality and how he claimed you create your reality. The power of belief runs deep, it said. You need to explore what's in your head. Luca felt the weight lift from his mind, like pieces of a puzzle he hoped to find. Ana's voice was soft but clear. We're more than you know, that's why we're here. Among those books, Luca found new meaning, a sense of truth that he wasn't dreaming. With Lila beside him and Solan as guide, he felt the universe shift and slide.
All these years of endless searching, finally something behind the curtain.
Exploding his mind to untapped knowledge, an alternative and honor to a different college.
In the silence which now grew, past revealed both old and new.
His heart was pulled by eyeless weft. Luca's Liora would be bereft.
Waking from my dreams, caught in in-betweens, searching for a sign, looking deep inside, wishing on a star, and wondering who you are. Love's got a way to stay, love's got a way to fade. I'll hold it close today. Love won't lead me astray. Time is running fast, moments never last, chasing what could be, lost in reverie, holding on to now, exploring the past. Love's got a way to stay, love's got a way to fade. I'll hold it close today. Love won't lead me astray. In echoes of the night, we search for what's right. In shadows we stand tall, together we'll break the fall. Love's got a way to stay, love's got a way to fade. I'll hold it close today. Love won't lead me astray.
I've been searching for many years, exploring the wisdom of ancient seers, looking for signs and things to believe, but answers hide like the air I breathe.
I've listened to the voices of the wise, read their books and their views on life.
Many have said that the truth is inside, but couldn't really find it, though I've tried.
The world's like a puzzle and we all hold a piece. We're all chasing shadows, but few keep pace. Is there a reason for the rise and fall?
Do we ever learn from the history of it all?
Where do I belong in the grand design? What's the answer I've been trying
What is right? What is wrong?
Always trying to find where I belong. Maybe a meaning's not something we find. Perhaps it's something we create all the time. In every moment, in every choice, in every heart that hears a voice. Maybe the questions will always remain, but I'll keep on discovering all the same.
Where am I going? Where do I belong? In this life I'll keep moving along until I find where I belong.
Hello, come in. You're a little bit late. Sit down, be quiet, let me concentrate. Do you know a Frank or maybe a Jane? I'm getting something different, or maybe it's the same. When you miss someone you love and you want word from above, who can you ask to make that connection? You're vulnerable and lost, and though reading is a cost, you hope for some genuine detection. Think you like flowers? Do you make stew? I'm getting a letter, it looks like a you. And you miss someone you love, and you want word from up above. Who can you ask to make that connection? You're vulnerable and lost, and though reading is a cost, you hope for some genuine detection. So this is what you do. She says you like a list. Now she says you lost something, anything you've missed. When you lose someone you love, and you want comfort from above, who can you ask to make that connection? You're vulnerable and lost, and though reading is a cost, you hope for some genuine detection. Find an honest guy and don't be taken in. Use your rational judgment as well as intuition.
It seems to Luca that a lot of people are seeking spiritual truth, and many go to India, to the ashrams of spiritual teachers called gurus. But the lavish lifestyles and sexual exploits give cause to question what is really going on.
Step into the circle where the stars align,
Where love is free,
and the world is divine.
we're seekers, we're dreamers, we're pure in our quest. But behind the guru's smile is more to confess.
He whispers a piece of light and grace.
With eyes that promise a sacred
Let
place.
go of the body, let go of the mind.
In space.
It's truth you'll find. But something feels off.
Something's amiss.
His freedom hidden behind his kiss. He sells salvation with a velvet hand. But are we walking in the promised land? Behind the mantra, behind the charm, there's more than healing in his arms. He calls it love, he calls it free. But is it power in disguise we see? The words are soft, the eyes are bright, but in his touch there's something not right. Is this the path we thought we knew? Or are we lost in the guru's view?
He leads the chants, the fighters burn high.
He danced beneath the open sky.
Release your your fear, let passion reign.
To me, you'll never feel pain.
But the whispers grow louder in the night.
Behind his teachings hidden from sight.
The veil of wisdom, a saintly role. But is he healing or taking control?
Behind the mantra, behind the charm, there's more than healing in his arms. He calls it love, he calls it free. But is it power in his eyes we see? The words are soft, the eyes are bright. But in his touch there's something not right. Is this the path we thought we knew?
Or are we lost in the Guru's view?
He speaks of freedom, but who's truly free? The chains are invisible, but do you see?
Behind the mask, the truth is grim. The love we gave
Was only for him. It's a brand new method and a novel new way. Only I teach it, so do it now. Today, feel much better. Solve your woes. How you've got this far, no one knows. But watch my video with no control. I'll tell you for an hour all that you can hold. It's a once now offer with the Planet Online. You better run now. Why not now? You're running out of time. You know you need it. You know it works. Fine now, but get me first. Fine. When I know you need more, I'll sell it in pounds for a few dollars more. So here's my promise. It's just for today. Money back offer if you really don't stay. The benefits you get will make you rich. Now besting anything is in arm's reach. Roll up from a snake oil show. Join me now, you have far to go. You know you need it, you know it works. Why so now? Get me for not much so, but why? Cause I know what's best. You can buy it with pounds, or if you like dollars for a little bit less. It's an easy fix. If you sign before 6, you'd better be quick. You don't want to miss. What shall we call it? What's in a name? Spiritual should cover it, but it's not a formal view. It goes beyond religion, and with better answers too.
Is it esoteric and only for the few?
Or is it metaphysics? That sounds scary, but it's closer to the truth. What shall we call it? What's in a name? It goes beyond philosophy, has echoes of psychology, but it isn't quite the same.
Is it mystery school or magic? The mastery of life.
Could it be the answer to ending all our strife? What shall we call it? What's in a name? It goes beyond philosophy, has echoes of psychology, but it isn't quite the same. If it's not religious searching,
then it's spiritually confused.
And you'll never find it printed in the biblical good news. What shall we call it? What's in a name? It goes beyond philosophy, has echoes of psychology, but it isn't quite the same.
Personally, I've called it the hidden side of life.
But even after all this time, that doesn't sound quite right.
I thought I had all my answers, things were making sense. But suddenly I realized I'm sitting on the fence. I'm shy and self-effacing, my confidence is low. I'm hiding in my comfort zones with nowhere much to go. All these things excited me. I thought that I was home. But now it seems I'm wasted in the dark night of the soul. I thought I'd found a balance that nothing could disturb, but suddenly I'm finding upset and annoyance in other people's words. When everything was going well, I was calm and self-controlled, but suddenly the ground has moved and I'm feeling less involved. This failure and this loneliness is more than I can bear. I thought I'd understood my life, but now there's nothing there. I hate you. You disturb me. I do not like your views. And all around the world is upsetting in the news. All those entities and channels who give non-physical advice should understand we need a hand when living in this place. This failure and this loneliness is more than I can bear. I thought I understood my life, but now there's nothing there. It's obvious I am wasted without a single goal. I'm well and truly focused in the dark night of the soul. With no one else to turn to, Luca asked his dad, to which response his father gave, "You're a worthwhile, clever lad." So just forget your spiritual cap. Leave Wittgenstein and Nietzsche. Get a good job in a school and just become a teacher. But this is not the sound advice that Luca wants to hear, and certainly not a viable path to which he can adhere. Just forget your spiritual cap. Leave Wittgenstein and Nietzsche. Get a good job in a school and just become a teacher. His father had succeeded and knew just where to look. Follow mainstream living. Governed by life's book.
This has been a journey over very many years, trying to work out the meaning of it all. Getting all excited about discoveries I made, only to find out many were completely overplayed. People full of ego, just plying their trade. All they seemed to do was count the money that they made. Looking for a teacher who knew more than me, who could answer all my questions with honesty. Eventually all I realized was that most don't know, and this journey through life is a one-person show. It's all about beliefs from experiences I've had. Some have made me happy, and some have made me sad. But it's no use complaining, though it's what I want to do, because it just so happens that none of this is you. Looking for a teacher who knew more than me, who could answer all my questions with honesty. Eventually all I realized was that most don't know, and this journey through life is a one-person show. We create the environment and everything in life, the world that we see and the people that we meet. So what have I found out whilst looking for help? In life the answer's simple. All that you see is yourself.
You think that on the face of it, you're sure you know what's true. But where do all your facts come from? What is it that you know? Over time, our models change as history will attest. But even though you're quite assured, do you really know what's best? So what is truth? Where do you get your facts? Is it science or religion, social media news or television? Feel it in your heart, for this is where truth starts. And ask your intuition more to fill in the other parts. So what is truth? Where did you get your facts? Is it science or religion, social media views or television? Cannot say that truth is risen in your Bible, as most was mail translated into text that's unreliable. So what is truth? Where do you get your facts? Is it science or religion, social media news or television? So filter as you go when propaganda is on show. Is truth someone's conspiracy? Do you really want to grow? So what is truth? Where do you get your facts? Is it science or religion, social media news or television? Experiences create belief. Your habits reinforce them. The enemy of probability will simply just endorse them. You'll resonate with many things and think you own the clarity. But just remember this: you create your own reality.